Hello, everyone. Today I want to talk about something very important, how to learn English. Learning English can actually be fun and easy if we do it the right way. So I'm going to share some helpful tips with you. Let me start by telling you a little story. When I was younger, I didn't know any English. I was scared and unsure. But then I began listening to English stories. I listened every day. Slowly, I started to understand the words. Things became clearer, and my fear began to disappear. That's why listening is so important. When you listen, you hear new words, you learn how they sound, and you discover how to use them. So, listen to English every day, stories, songs, or even the news. It really helps. Now let's talk about practice. You've probably heard the saying, practice makes perfect. It's true. When I was learning, I practiced every single day. I spoke in English even when I made mistakes. And yes, I made a lot of them. But that's okay. Mistakes help you learn, so don't be afraid. Speak English every day, even if it's not perfect. Another great tip is to read. Reading is a wonderful way to learn. Start with simple books. Books with pictures are especially helpful. They make it easier to understand the story. As you read, you'll learn new words and how they're used in sentences. I once read a story about a lost cat. It was simple, but I loved it. I learned so many new words just from that one story. The more you read, the better your English will become. So read as much as you can. Writing is also very important. When you write, you practice using the words you've learned. Start small. Write about your day, your family, your dreams. Anything you like. When I was learning, I had a little notebook. I wrote in it every day. I wrote about my school, my friends, and my thoughts. I made mistakes, but I learned from them. Writing gave me more confidence, and it really helped me grow. Another fun way to learn is by watching English videos. You can watch cartoons, movies, or shows. When you watch, you hear how people speak naturally. You learn how to pronounce words and pick up new vocabulary. I remember watching a cartoon about a funny dog. It made me laugh, and it also taught me new words. Watching helped me understand English better, so watch as many English videos as you can. They're both fun and educational. Talking to people is one of the best ways to learn. If you have friends who speak English, talk to them and practice. If you don't, there are many people online who are also learning English, and they'd love to practice with you. I had a friend who spoke English very well. We talked every day. I made mistakes, but she helped me by correcting me. Talking to her helped me a lot. I learned new words and how to use them in real conversations. Finally, one of the most important things to remember is to be patient. Learning a new language takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. So be kind to yourself. Don't give up, even if it feels difficult. Every small step forward is progress. I remember feeling frustrated sometimes, but I kept going, and slowly I improved. So to sum it up, listen to English every day. Practice speaking without fear. Read simple books, write regularly, watch videos in English. Talk to others in English, and most importantly, be patient and never give up. Think in English, practice often, and be patient. When you start thinking in English, you're really building your skills. You begin to use words naturally, even the ones that used to confuse you. I remember when I couldn't understand certain things, but I didn't give up. I kept going, step by step. Over time, I got better. I learned more and more. That's why it's so important to be patient with yourself. You'll improve, one step at a time. Let's talk about another helpful tool, the dictionary. A dictionary is your friend. It helps you understand new words. Whenever you come across a word you don't know, look it up. Learn its meaning, how to pronounce it, and how to use it in a sentence. When I was learning, I always carried a small dictionary with me. Anytime I heard a new word, I'd check it, then try to use it. That simple habit helped me learn so many new words. So keep a dictionary close. It will help you a lot. Another great way to learn is by playing games in English. Games are fun and make learning feel easy. You can play word games, puzzles, or quizzes. When I was learning, I played a word game with friends. We tried to come up with as many English words as possible. The one who found the most words won. It was fun and educational. I picked up many new words from that game. So go ahead, play games in English. You'll enjoy it and learn at the same time. Try thinking in English. This can feel tricky at first. In the beginning, I had to translate everything in my head, but with time, it got easier. Eventually, I started thinking in English without even trying. Thinking in English helps you become faster and more confident. You stop relying on translations and start forming sentences naturally. So, practice thinking in English. It really works. Set goals for yourself. Goals keep you focused and motivated. Start small. For example, aim to learn 5 new words a day, or read 1 page of a book every night. When I was learning, my first goal was to learn 10 new words each week. Later, I challenged myself to read an entire book in English. Achieving these goals made me feel proud and encouraged me to keep going. So set goals, even little ones. They'll help you move forward and stay on track. Review what you've learned. Going over old lessons helps you remember better. Read your notes again, revisit your writing, or re-listen to stories you've already heard. The more you review, the more you'll remember. I used to review my notes weekly. I read them over and over. It helped me see how much I had learned and reminded me of things I'd forgotten. So make time to review. It really makes a difference. Stay positive. Learning a new language can be challenging, but keeping a positive mindset makes it easier. Believe in yourself. You can do this. Whenever I felt discouraged, I reminded myself why I started. I focused on my goals and told myself, I can do it. And I did. Staying positive helped me push through the tough times. So stay hopeful and believe in your progress. It truly helps. And finally, don't be afraid of making mistakes. Everyone makes them. Mistakes are a normal part of learning. In fact, they're how we grow. So speak, write, read, and listen in English, even if you mess up sometimes. That's how you get better. To sum it up, be patient with your progress. Use a dictionary to learn new words. Play games to make learning fun. Think in English as much as you can. Set small, clear goals. Review what you've learned. Stay positive and motivated, and never be afraid to make mistakes. Enjoy the journey of learning English. One of the best things you can do as you learn English is to enjoy the process. Learning should feel rewarding, even fun. A great way to make it enjoyable is to keep a journal in English. Write about your day, your thoughts, or your dreams. It doesn't have to be perfect. The important thing is to practice every day. When I was learning, I kept a journal too. In the beginning, I could only write short, simple sentences. But over time, my writing improved. My sentences got longer, and I felt proud of the progress I was making. It was also fun to look back and see how far I had come. So, keep a journal. It's a powerful and personal way to grow your English skills. Ask questions. If there's something you don't understand, ask. Asking questions shows that you're curious and eager to learn. Never feel shy. There are no silly questions when you're learning. I used to ask lots of questions. To my teachers, my friends, and even to myself. Those questions help me understand things better. So don't hold back. If something isn't clear, ask. It will help you learn faster. Sometimes you might feel tired or frustrated, and that's completely normal. Learning a language takes time and effort. When you feel like that, take a break. Relax, do something you enjoy, and come back to your learning when you're feeling refreshed. There were times when I felt tired too, but taking short breaks helped me stay motivated. Rest is important. It helps you recharge and return with new energy. Another helpful habit is to celebrate your progress. Every time you reach a goal, big or small, take a moment to celebrate it. Did you learn a new word? Great. Celebrate it. Finished reading a book? That's awesome. Reward yourself. When I reached a goal, I treated myself, maybe with a slice of cake or by watching my favorite movie. It made learning fun and gave me something to look forward to. So don't forget to celebrate. It'll keep you excited and motivated to keep going. Learn with others whenever you can. Studying with friends or in a group makes learning easier and more enjoyable. You can support each other, share tips, and practice speaking together. I had a friend who was also learning English, and we studied together every week. We helped each other and had fun while practicing. It made a big difference in my learning. So find someone to learn with. It'll make your journey even better. Here's another simple but powerful tip. Listen to yourself. When you speak or read out loud, pay attention to how you sound. This helps improve your pronunciation. You can also record yourself and listen later. It might feel strange at first, but it's a great way to notice mistakes and correct them. I used to record myself reading stories and then listen back. It really helped me improve how I said words and sentences. And finally, don't compare yourself to others. Everyone learns at their own pace. Some people may pick things up quickly, while others need. Focus on your journey and make learning fun. Instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on your own learning path. Everyone moves at their own pace, and what matters most is your progress. A great way to stay motivated is to be creative in how you learn. Use your imagination. You can draw pictures to help remember new words or write simple poems or songs using new vocabulary. Being creative makes learning more fun and helps you remember things better. I used to draw little pictures of the words I was learning. It made studying colorful and exciting. Sometimes I even wrote short poems to use my new words. It really helped me remember them. So go ahead, be creative. It'll make your learning experience more enjoyable. Staying organized is another helpful tip. When your study materials are neat and easy to find, learning becomes easier. Keep all your notes in one place, make a list of new words you want to learn, and set a study schedule. I kept all my notes in a folder and made checklists of words I was learning. I felt focused and clear about what I wanted to achieve. So stay organized. It keeps you on track and makes progress easier to see. Be consistent with your practice. Try to study a little bit every day, even if it's only for a few minutes. Consistency is what builds real improvement over time. I made it a habit to study English daily. Some days I studied a lot and other days just a little, but I always did something. That regular practice made a big difference in how fast I improved. So be consistent. It's one of the most powerful habits you can build. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. Learning a new language can be challenging, and there will be days when things feel difficult. On those days, be gentle. Remind yourself that you're trying your best, and that's something to be proud of. There were times when I felt frustrated too, but I learned to give myself grace. I reminded myself that making mistakes is part of learning. What matters is that I was improving. So be patient and kind to yourself. It will help you stay motivated and positive. Another useful tool is using flashcards. They're a fun and simple way to remember new words. Write the word on one side and the meaning or a picture on the other. I used to carry flashcards with me everywhere. Whenever I had a few minutes, I'd review them. Flashcards help me learn tons of new words quickly and easily, so give them a try. They're a great way to practice anytime, anywhere. Also, try to immerse yourself in English as much as you can. This means surrounding yourself with English in your daily life. Think in English, speak in English, and write in English whenever possible. I did my best to immerse myself. I talked to myself in English, kept a journal in English, and tried to think in English too. The more I used it, the more comfortable it became. Immersing yourself in the language helps it feel more natural, and you'll improve much faster. Another powerful mindset is to stay curious. Curiosity is a strong motivator. When you're curious, you naturally want to explore and learn more. Ask questions, look things up, and always keep that desire to discover new things. I was very curious when I was learning. I wanted to understand every word, every sentence. That curiosity pushed me to ask questions, do research, and keep learning more every day. So stay curious. It will fuel your progress and make learning an exciting adventure. To wrap it up, here are some final tips to remember. Don't compare yourself to others. Focus on your own growth. Use creativity to make learning fun. Stay organized and keep your learning materials in one place. Be consistent. Even small efforts every day make a big difference. Be kind to yourself. Learning takes time, and that's okay. Use flashcards to remember words easily. Immerse yourself in English every day and always stay curious and eager to learn. Stay curious and keep evolving. As you learn English, staying curious can make a big difference. Asking questions and wanting to know more will keep you motivated and make learning exciting. I asked lots of questions, and that curiosity kept me going. So stay curious. It will inspire you to explore and learn even more. Another important tip is to review your goals regularly. As you learn and grow, your goals may need to change. Maybe you've already achieved one, or maybe a goal is now too easy or too difficult. Checking in on your goals helps you stay focused and on the right path. I used to review my goals every month. Sometimes I set bigger goals, and other times I adjusted them to be more manageable. This habit helped me stay clear about what I wanted to achieve. So take time to reflect on your goals. It will keep you moving forward. Make good use of online resources. There are so many websites, apps, and videos that can support your English learning. These tools offer lessons, quizzes, games, and more, and they make learning fun and interactive. I used online resources a lot. I watched videos, played word games, and took quizzes. These tools helped me learn quickly and enjoy the process. So explore the online tools available. They're a great way to boost your progress. Also, try to learn about English-speaking cultures. Language and culture are closely connected. When you learn about the culture, you gain a better understanding of how the language is used in everyday life. I enjoyed learning about traditions, holidays, and even the food of English-speaking countries. It made the language come alive and gave me useful context. So, take time to explore the culture. It will deepen your understanding of English. Stay motivated. That's one of the keys to success. Learning can feel slow at times, and it's easy to lose energy. But finding what motivates you will help you keep going. Maybe it's a reward, a personal goal, or even a supportive friend. For me, setting small rewards kept me excited about learning. Every time I reached a goal, I treated myself to something I liked. So figure out what keeps you motivated. It will help you stay on track. Just as important, be patient with yourself. Learning a new language takes time. You won't understand everything right away. And that's okay. There were moments when I felt like I wasn't making progress, but I reminded myself to be patient. With time and consistent effort, I saw improvement. So trust the process. Be kind to yourself and don't rush it. You will get better. It also helps to listen to different English accents. English is spoken in many countries, and people pronounce words in different ways. Listening to a variety of accents from the UK, the US, Australia, and more can help you understand English more fully. I made an effort to listen to speakers from different places, and it helped me become more flexible in understanding different ways of speaking. So practice listening to different accents. It's great for your comprehension skills. Another useful habit is to use English in real-life situations. Whenever you have the chance, during travel, in conversations, or even short exchanges, use English. I practiced English while traveling. Even if it was just a few words, speaking with real people helped build my confidence. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Use English whenever you can. Real-life practice is incredibly powerful. Finally, try to be open to new experiences and ideas. Being open-minded helps you adapt, grow, and enjoy the learning process. Every new word, every conversation, and every challenge is a step forward. The more open you are to trying, failing, and learning, the faster you'll improve. So welcome the journey, even the difficult parts, and enjoy how much you're growing. To sum up these tips, stay curious. It keeps learning exciting. Review and adjust your goals regularly. Use online resources to make learning fun and interactive. Learn about English-speaking cultures for deeper understanding. Find what motivates you and use it to stay on track. Be patient and kind to yourself. Progress takes time. Listen to different accents to improve your understanding. Use English in real-life situations to build confidence and stay open to new experiences and ways of learning. Keep growing and enjoy the process. Learning English means you're always discovering new things. The language is constantly evolving, with new words and phrases popping up all the time. Stay open to learning. It keeps your journey fresh, fun, and exciting. As I continued learning English, I picked up new vocabulary, expressions, and different ways of speaking. Being open-minded helped me grow. So always stay curious and willing to learn. It's what keeps your progress moving forward. Another great habit is to create your own sentences whenever you learn a new word. This helps you really understand how the word works in different situations. I used to make up my own sentences for each new word I learned. Sometimes they were funny or silly, and that made learning even more fun. So don't just memorize new words, try using them. Making your own sentences is a powerful way to practice. Watching English TV shows is another excellent way to learn. They're entertaining and full of real, everyday language. When I was learning, I watched lots of English shows. I listened to how people talked in different situations and picked up tons of useful phrases and expressions. So find shows you enjoy and watch them in English. It's a fun and effective way to improve. Also, don't be afraid to try new things. If you've never listened to an English podcast or written a short story in English, give it a try. Trying new things helps you grow and learn in different ways. I explored all kinds of activities. I listened to podcasts, wrote stories, and even practiced acting in English. Trying different methods made learning more interesting and helped me improve in new areas. So be adventurous. The more you try, the more you learn. Focus on one thing at a time. Learning a language can sometimes feel overwhelming, but breaking it down into small steps makes it easier. Maybe today you practice vocabulary, and tomorrow you focus on speaking. I used to pick one area to work on each day, reading, writing, or speaking. This helped me stay organized and not feel stressed, so take it step by step. Small, steady progress adds up. Try to connect what you learn to your daily life. When you learn a new word, think about how you can use it in your real-life conversations or experiences. This makes learning more personal and meaningful. For example, when I learned the word sunny, I used it to describe the weather where I lived. Little connections like that made learning feel natural and fun. So relate your learning to your everyday world. It helps the language stick. One of the most important tips: be confident. Believe in yourself and your ability to learn. Confidence makes a big difference. Even when I made mistakes, I reminded myself that I could improve, and that belief pushed me forward. So trust yourself. You can learn English, and you're doing better than you think. And don't forget to celebrate small victories. Every time you learn a new word, understand a sentence, or have a short conversation in English, Be proud. These little moments are signs of your progress. I found joy in these small successes. They reminded me that I was moving forward and gave me motivation to keep going. So enjoy the journey and celebrate each step. Every bit of progress matters. Key takeaways. Stay open to learning new things. English is always changing practice, using new words by making your own sentences. Watch English TV shows to hear real conversations. Try new ways of learning, podcasts, writing, role-playing, and more. Focus on one thing at a time to avoid feeling overwhelmed. Connect new words to your own life for better understanding. Be confident. You can do this. Celebrate small wins. They lead to big results. Celebrate your progress and keep moving forward. Let yourself feel proud of your progress. Every time I learned a new word, it felt like a small victory. And those little wins gave me the motivation to keep going. So celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. They are clear signs that you're improving. Another great way to build your skills is to listen to English radio. Even if you don't understand everything at first, just hearing the language helps a lot. You'll get used to how words are pronounced and how sentences are formed. I used to listen to English radio regularly. At first it was tough to follow, but over time my ears adjusted, and it got easier. Radio helped me strengthen my listening skills, so tune in when you can. It's a valuable way to practice. Try to see learning as an adventure. Think of each new word as a treasure, and every sentence as a path leading you forward. When you treat learning like an exciting journey, it becomes more enjoyable. That's how I saw my own experience, like an adventure where I discovered something new every day. This mindset kept me curious and motivated. So approach learning with wonder and excitement. It makes all the difference. Learning apps can also be a big help. There are many apps with games, quizzes, and fun lessons that make learning more interactive and enjoyable. I used several apps when I was studying. They made it feel like I was playing, not just learning. That fun experience helped me stay focused and eager to continue. So explore some learning apps. They're a great way to practice and stay motivated. It's also important to remember that it's okay to take breaks. Learning something new can be tiring, so if you feel overwhelmed or mentally tired, give yourself a break. I used to step away for a bit when I needed to. I would do something relaxing or fun, and then return to learning with fresh energy. Taking breaks helped me avoid burnout and stay consistent. So don't be afraid to pause. It helps you recharge and learn better. Another useful strategy is to use visual aids like pictures, videos, and charts. These tools help you understand and remember things more easily because they make learning more engaging. I found visual aids incredibly helpful. Pictures helped me remember new words, and videos showed me how to use them correctly. So include visuals in your learning process. They make everything more interesting and easier to grasp. Sometimes you may need to start over or review the basics, and that's perfectly okay. If something feels too difficult, it's helpful to go back and build a stronger foundation. I've had to revisit earlier lessons many times. Each time I did, I understood things better and gained more confidence. So don't worry if you need to take a step back. Starting over is just another step forward in disguise. Reward yourself when you reach a goal, no matter how small it is. Rewards make the learning process more fun and give you something to look forward to. I used to treat myself after reaching my goals, sometimes with a piece of chocolate, watching a favorite show, or doing something I enjoyed. These little rewards kept me excited and gave me a reason to push through challenges. So celebrate your hard work. It makes learning feel even more rewarding. Finally, always try to stay curious. Curiosity is one of the best tools you have. It keeps your mind open, encourages you to keep asking questions, and pushes you to explore new things. When you're curious, learning feels exciting. like there's always something new just around the corner. So, keep that curiosity alive. It's what turns everyday studying into a lifelong love for learning. Key reminders for your journey. Celebrate every small success. They show you're moving forward. Listen to English radio. It builds your listening skills over time. See learning as an adventure. Every word is a new discovery. Use learning apps to make study time fun and interactive. Take breaks when needed. Rest helps you stay fresh and focused. Add visual aids to your learning. Pictures and videos make things stick. Don't be afraid to go back and review. It builds a stronger foundation. Give yourself rewards. They keep your motivation high. Stay curious. It's the fuel that keeps you learning and growing. Keep your curiosity alive and enjoy the journey. Curiosity makes learning exciting. It inspires you to keep exploring and discovering more. Throughout my English learning journey, I stayed curious. I always wanted to know more, and that curiosity kept me going. So, stay curious. It's the spark that makes your journey fun and full of surprises. Another great tip is to listen to English podcasts. They're a fantastic way to improve your listening skills, and there's something for everyone. You can find podcasts on topics you enjoy. I listen to them often, and they really help me expand my vocabulary and get more comfortable with the language. Plus, it was a relaxing way to learn. So give podcasts a try. They're a valuable and enjoyable learning tool. Also, try to use English in different ways. Don't just stick to one method. Speak, read, write, and listen as much as possible. The more variety you have in your practice, the more well-rounded your skills become. I practiced English by chatting with friends, writing in my journal, reading stories, and listening to English content. Using the language in all these different ways helped me improve more quickly. So, mix it up. It makes learning more effective and more interesting. A simple but powerful habit is to take notes. Whenever you learn something new, write it down. Taking notes helps you remember better, and you can always go back and review what you've written. It's a small habit that leads to big results over time. As we wrap up this journey, I'd like you to think of learning English like growing a garden. Every word you learn is a seed, and each sentence you create is like a flower starting to bloom. With patience, care, and consistency, your garden will grow, full of color, meaning, and life. So let's keep watering our learning garden with curiosity, joy, and dedication. Remember, the beauty of learning isn't just about reaching your final goal. It's about enjoying every step you take along the way. Celebrate each small win, take pride in your progress, and never lose sight of the joy that comes from learning something new. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What are your favorite tips for learning English? How do you stay motivated on your learning journey? Share your thoughts, experiences, and stories in the comments. Let's encourage one another and grow together. Keep your curiosity alive and enjoy the journey. Curiosity makes learning exciting. It inspires you to keep exploring and discovering more. Throughout my English learning journey, I stayed curious. I always wanted to know more, and that curiosity kept me going. So, stay curious. It's the spark that makes your journey fun and full of surprises. Another great tip is to listen to English podcasts. They're a fantastic way to improve your listening skills, and there's something for everyone. You can find podcasts on topics you enjoy. I listen to them often, and they really help me expand my vocabulary and get more comfortable with the language. Plus, it was a relaxing way to learn, so give podcasts a try. They're a valuable and enjoyable learning tool. Also, try to use English in different ways. Don't just stick to one method. Speak, read, write, and listen as much as possible. The more variety you have in your practice, the more well-rounded your skills become. I practiced English by chatting with friends, writing in my journal, reading stories, and listening to English content. Using the language in all these different ways help me improve more quickly. So, mix it up. It makes learning more effective and more interesting. A simple but powerful habit is to take notes. Whenever you learn something new, write it down. Taking notes helps you remember better, and you can always go back and review what you've written. It's a small habit that leads to big results over time. As we wrap up this journey, I'd like you to think of learning English like growing a garden. Every word you learn is a seed, and each sentence you create is like a flower starting to bloom. With patience, care, and consistency, your garden will grow, full of color, meaning, and life. So let's keep watering our learning garden with curiosity, joy, and dedication. Remember, the beauty of learning isn't just about reaching your final goal. It's about enjoying every step you take along the way. Celebrate each small win, take pride in your progress, and never lose sight of the joy that comes from learning something new. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What are your favorite tips for learning English? How do you stay motivated on your learning journey? Share your thoughts, experiences, and stories in the comments. Let's encourage one another and grow together.